Welcome back to Austin's Talk Radio 1370, The Right Choice. You are listening to The Shift Economy. We're actually going to make a couple quick announcements before we dive back in and pick up right where we left off. Lucinda, you mentioned that...
Yes. So as we were talking about earlier about our addiction to suffering, for those who would like to move out of suffering, I would invite them to attend the Positive Energy Summit this month. And that's going to be Wednesday, October 27th at 7 o'clock. At the Keller Williams Resource Center, and that is 1801 Mopac Expressway. And as fate would have it, I'm going to be the instructor this month, and I'm going to be teaching a class that is called Powerful, Positive, Purposeful You.
Wow.
And it is for people who may find themselves stuck, and they can't move to that next level. For those who want that kind of motivation and inspiration that lasts more than just a few hours or a few days, but it's really going to take them to that focal point out there, to their goal. I'm really excited, so I hope to get a lot of guests there that night.
And
I
again,
will be there.
And that's Wednesday the 27th at 7 o'clock promptly. And if you're tired of wearing that L or feeling like you're wearing that L on the forehead, or like Laverne used to, and Laverne and Shirley, you really need to attend because it's going to be powerful.
It's going to be a good time. It's free,
and it is free. Thank you for asking.
And it's going to be playful and fun. So we're going to learn a really powerful tool that I developed about 6 years ago that I work with all my clients. So the masses are going to get it for free, and I'm just real excited to be offering that to the community.
Fantastic. And Jean, you have actually something that you're promoting
it's
as well.
on November the 5th. That's a Friday. It's the first Friday in November from 1 to 5 at the Wizard Academy. The Wizard Academy. It's a non-traditional business school, and I'm going to be a speaker there. And also Ricky Neer is going to. She and I are going to be the two speakers. And if you haven't been to the Wizard Academy, you don't know what you're missing. It is phenomenal. It's the best kept secret in Austin, as far as I'm concerned.
Not to mention that the environment and the ambiance is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
But
yes.
I can imagine you two ladies will bring the house down.
I hope so. So come to the Wizard Academy. Put it on your calendar.
And
I'm going to be a speaker, and it's about money. I talk about money. Money, making money.
And you do have to register for the Wizard Academy. So it's wizardacademy.org.
Yes, thank you, Anna. Wizardacademy.org. Go on their website and check it out. You won't believe it.
Oh, and speaking of which, about registering, also for the Positive Energy Summit, if you go to a meetup group and then pop in a Positive Energy Summit, you can become a member. Again, there is no cost whatsoever, and your event also is free, if I'm not mistaken.
It is free. Not only that, but they start cracking open the wine and the beer, and they have snacks, and it's all free.
God, I wish I still drank. But unfortunately not. All right, so listen, let's quickly dive in and just kind of wrap up what we were talking about with businesses. We were talking about network marketing, and one of the comments that I did want to make is I'm not a huge advocate or player huge player in the network marketing environment. However, I am a huge advocate of it because I think that's where someone could really learn some fundamental business skills. Entry level, it's very non-intimidating. You can get in for, like as Anna said, for nominal amounts of money or minimal amounts of money. As a matter of fact, that's where I cut my teeth back in the 70s.
The truth is that.
It really is. But I mean, I'll tell you what, that was my first introduction to any type of personal self-development programs, sales trainings, you name it. And I became a lifetime learner as a direct result of that.
Yes. And it really does make you face your fears, of approaching people, and you do develop your sales skills. And, if you're a people person and you love connecting, it's a lot of fun to go out and offer the business the opportunity and whatever product that you have to offer. But for me, it was that alignment with I believed in the product. It was offered to me. And it worked, and then I looked into the opportunity, and it made absolute sense to me. And now I am thinking bigger, and I have bigger dreams, and I know that if I push a little harder, I will make more money with this company, and really live the life that I want to. And I don't really see myself retiring either, Paul.
Right.
I don't. I will be enjoying my life and enjoying my family and making money while I sleep.
And here's the important thing to point out for everyone listening out there. We're talking about money, and we're going to go to Jean in a second here, who's going to give us some tips and talk about cycles of money. It's not about the greenbacks. It's about the freedom. Money is nothing more than a medium, because as my friend Lee Brower was talking about, and I incorporate into my practice, the quadrant conversation, or otherwise known as the Brower quadrant, our true wealth is not in the money.
No.
It's what the money buys us. Because at the end of the day, it's not about that fancy red sports car. It's not about the big house. Because once you have all of that, what are you really doing it for? You're doing it so that you can do what you want. It's for that freedom that we're talking about.
That's right. Money buys you freedom, but it doesn't set you free.
Exactly.
And I think along these lines of retirement and network marketing and everything that we're talking about, one thing I think is very important is to learn to live with uncertainty. Because when we are not able to live with uncertainty, what happens? We get into our fear. And when we get into our fear, we start controlling things. And when we start controlling the wrong things, we're solving a problem that really is not a problem. And it puts us on what I call the poverty cycle. And the poverty cycle starts with a feeling. We don't know what to do with our feelings. We eat them, we spend them, we have sex with them, we gamble them. We have to learn how to deal with our feelings. And one of the feelings is a feeling of uncertainty. Because if you're on the poverty cycle, it looks a little bit like this. We have a feeling, feel bad. Go into automatic ego reaction. And then I go to shame, go to anger. I have pain. And then the poverty cycle starts all over again. And there has to be a place that you get out of the poverty cycle and jump into the prosperity cycle. And that looks like this. Wake up. That's number one. Your dreams can't come true until you wake up. You wake up, and then you take a realistic look at your finances. I call it your starting point. It's no different than taking a trip. You pull out a roadmap. If you can't point to where you are, how are you going to be able to go to where you want to go? So it's no different than taking a trip, and it's a formula. It's a fill in the blanks. Wake up, starting point, look at your goal, look at your timeline, come up with a plan. That is one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is deal with your feelings, deal with your self-talk. There are so many people who go to shame or go to anger or go to blame, and they're not taking responsibility for what's happening in their life. So if you're on the prosperity cycle, you are monitoring your self-talk. You're also rewarding yourself. You get rid of the word sacrifice. You get rid of the word retirement. You replace it with rewards and freedom. And the last thing you have to do on the prosperity cycle is you've got to review the plan periodically. Pay attention. Be present. Make it fun. Because face it, once you remove the mystery, you get clarity. You are greeted with clarity once you remove the mystery, but you've got to want to take the journey to begin with.
Exactly. And one of the things that I'll encourage everyone listening to, is also if you show up to Jean's event, and again, that is November 5th. Is that? Okay, that's where she's actually going to go peel back the curtains and show you how. Because we're talking conceptual. She's going to be talking about what she has in her book.
Everybody will get a copy of my book as well. My book, it's called The Naked Accountant Asks, Who's Standing on Your Financial Hose? I put a sticker on the book that says Finders Keepers. I put a real $2 bill on the inside with my blog stamped on it, nakedaccountant.com, and I have left over 1,500 copies all over the world.
That is amazing.
I love it.
What a great marketing plan.
The accountant, CPA came up with that.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
What a way to give.
Well, there you
Thank
have
you.
it. Ladies, I want to thank you for the amount of time you spent with us today. That about wraps it up for today. This is your host, Paul Harmon, reminding you that in a rapidly changing world like we find ourselves in today, a great way to accelerate your growth is through regular access to like-minded people, like we talked about, and a sense of community.
Yes.
But for people specifically who are consistently choosing to be more, do more, and have more. So stay away from those doom and gloomers. And after all, ladies, I'm going to ask you, isn't that what having a sensational life is really all about?
Absolutely.
There you go. Until next week, we'll see you here at The Shift Economy, and you can check us out at theshifteconomy.com.
Thanks, Paul.